Yeah, you're good. Alright. Okay. Hi, everybody. Hi, Dr. Nick.
Alright.
We are back for another Sunday with the Guardians of Geekology. First of all, we'll be talking about Indiana Jones 5 briefly. And then we'll be talking about Henry Cavill meeting with Marvel executives. And then we're going to be doing an action figure unboxing, our first action figure unboxing and a little review. And also briefly about Mandalorian Season 3. A poster just got revealed, apparently an official poster. I don't know if you've seen it yet.
No, I've not.
Okay, so first off, Indiana Jones 5. Obviously, Harrison Ford injured his shoulder while filming, so he had to have surgery on that. He is obviously out for 6 to 8 weeks.
At least, yeah.
Studio's like, well, we gotta keep filming, you know, so they hired a body double, a lookalike. I've seen like blurry pictures online that were taken. Kind of looks like Harrison Ford. I mean, as best as you could get it. And then I'm assuming they're just gonna film like mostly like the talking. I don't think they're gonna do any of the action stuff with the guy, because even if you get a body double who's the same age as Harrison Ford, he wasn't probably trained to do actiony stuff. And then once they're done with that, they're going to CGI Harrison's face on this guy's face. Few concerns. CGI faces aren't bad. They're not 100% great.
Yeah.
I mean, the MCU kind of has it locked down when they use their de-aging tech on their actors. But then if you...
Or adding aging.
Or adding aging.
Yeah.
So even then, like, I know when they aged Peggy Carter for the Winter Soldier, it looked good. You could still maybe kind of tell a little bit. It was a little off.
They made Cap at least look,
Yes.
older than dirt.
But then you have the other end of the spectrum where they try to do digital mustache erasures on.
Yeah.
And I guess it depends on who you get, how much money you're willing to spend on doing it. I guess I'll reserve judgment until after it comes out. Not the first time Harrison Ford's been injured while filming an Indiana Jones movie. I don't know if you know about that.
I don't, but I'm not surprised.
When he was filming Temple of Doom, it's actually in the movie, and they cut away before anything severe. But when he's fighting the bad guy, when they're staying at the palace, and he's contemplating going over to the other room to spend the night with Willie Scott, and the bad guy comes in and they start fighting, and when bad guy flips Harrison over his back, and Harrison lets out a loud that's actually him. He slipped a disc or something like that. Yeah, so he is out for that too, and they filmed almost all the action scenes with Harrison's stunt double. Bless you.
Thank you.
And obviously they couldn't do CGI face replacements back then, so it's just basically being shot from behind or from distances.
That part I know about. Yeah, I didn't realize that was inner.
And then they plugged in, they cut in Harrison's close-ups they did when he was fully healed. So, but
jeez. Well, now it's just a little bad. With all due respect,
yeah, he should probably retire.
Yeah.
So
he's done his job.
he has.
Still beast.
I mean, obviously, I'll probably still go see the movie.
Oh, of course.
But
and I think we talked about this either last time or the time before. But I mean, Crystal Skull, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Crystal Skull gets a lot of crap, but I think. What were your thoughts on it? You liked it, right?
I liked it
That
up
was
until
kinda-
the refrigeration new scene.
That's right.
And then I was just like,
That's right. There's another one, yeah, catches a lot of flack, and it's like, it's not bad though. Not bad.
I feel like from a franchise that has mostly relied on practical effects, they probably relied a little too much on CGI effects for that last movie. So,
Fair enough.
Henry Cavill, Mr. Henry Cavill, who plays Superman in the DCEU, has been meeting with Marvel executives for a possible role in the MCU. Lots of speculation as to who he'll be playing. I know the reigning theories are either there's like a superhero called Captain Britain. I think he's a mutant, I believe. And his sister is Psylocke in the comics.
Don't know that part, but yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about actually.
Or Hercules. There's a character named Hercules who's an Avenger in the comics. I mean, he could play either one. He's definitely has the physique to play either.
For sure.
Hercules or, So that should be interesting. People are like, yeah, go to Marvel because, DC's treating you like crap.
And DC sucks. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Marvel's better, but that's okay.
Yeah, I mean,
There's no right or wrong.
they keep on dangling like the little, enticing him with possibly coming back to play Superman, but they never do it. So it's like, well, just jump ship.
Yeah, just go.
Stick to your Witcher, and then when you're not filming Witcher, go and film a Marvel movie.
There you go.
They'll treat you right.
Yeah, he looks good as a Witcher.
Yeah, he's spot on. I don't play video games really, or even like online stuff, but I've seen pictures of The Witcher, obviously, and he's
Very
definitely
close.
spot on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even though once you have like 1 or 2 lines of dialogue the entire season, usually it's just
Yeah.
and then the F-bomb here and there.
Oh, of course. Yeah. Them trying to like capture the Game of Thrones part of it. It's like, okay.
And he got jacked for that role.
Yes.
Like he's even bigger than he was when he played Superman.
Do not mess with The Witcher.
Nope. Toss a coin to your Witcher. Mandalorian season 3. There was a poster that just got revealed showing Luke training Grogu, and Grogu's like building a lightsaber. I think. Yeah, it looks pretty dope.
Interesting.
Official, apparently. Like I thought it was just a fan-made poster, but
Yeah.
so I don't know where they're gonna go. Are they gonna bring Luke back? And that brings me back to the whole CGI face thing. Like when Luke, I'm sorry, please tell me you people have seen the end of Mandalorian season 2 at this point. If you haven't, I apologize. Spoiler coming. When Luke shows up at the end, when they did the CGI Luke face, it looked good, but then if you turn a little bit, it looked a little janky. Close-ups looked a little but it wasn't too bad. I mean, it looked pretty good to me. It looked like Mark Hamill from 1983, Return of the Jedi.
Was that on your first viewing that you thought that, or was that like after more viewings?
We knew he was gonna show up, so I knew what to expect.
Oh no, I meant like as far as like
The face goes?
Yeah, like all the janky and all
I'd
that
seen a lot of stuff online, people talking about it already, so I knew
okay.
it was going to happen, so I was just wondering when it was going to happen, and then it's like, yeah, okay, I get it, I see what people are talking about, I mean,
So when I saw it for the first time, I mean, I was just more like,
it's Luke.
yeah.
Yeah, right? And there's a YouTube channel I follow, it's called the Corridor Crew. They do FX and react to movie FX. They did like their own version of doing a face replacement on Luke and the Mandalorian. It did look better. Like they did better than Disney could do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Demonetized now. Oh boy.
And I thought it was cool that Mark Hamill came back. He did the voice of Luke.
Yeah.
That's weird how even like as an old man, you can
Capture that.
that voice
Younger.
again. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like how much, he must have drank like a whole bunch of tea with honey and good thing he doesn't smoke.
Yeah, no kidding, right? Hey, how's it going? I'm Luke. What the hell?
I'm here to train Grogu.
I'm here to take the freaking, yeah, exactly. Yeah. Give me the child, bro. What?
No, the child's not coming with you. Bye.
Yeah. You're an imposter. See ya.
Yeah, we are streaming from Twitch today, and we are streaming from YouTube Live. If you go to my Instagram page, there's a link to my website. If you click on that link, it'll take you to a whole bunch of other links, such as Twitch, my YouTube, my Facebook, and other things. So yeah, that's that. So hello to everyone who is watching. Brandon, hello.
Yo.
And then whoever might join us later, hopefully. Alrighty then. Spider-Gwen. I have not seen Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. I'm sorry.
What's wrong? That's messed up.
I've seen some of it.
That's messed up.
Our local Meijer store, who is very, very sucky at keeping stocked up on stuff like this. I'm sorry, but they are. I don't know who's in charge of the toy department, but
how dare you?
They need to. A couple weeks ago, they got this Marvel Legends that always does a wave of figurines that are in that series, and they always have a. It's called Build a Figure. It always comes with like one piece to like build this guy right here. This one comes with his torso. So people like. If they want to get this guy, they have to buy that whole series, which includes Miles Morales, Gwen Stacy, Peter B. Parker, Marvel's Prowler, a ninja from The Hand, which is the Daredevil villain, and Frogman, who I have no idea who that is. I'm sorry, I don't know who Frogman is. They had most of this wave at the store. I saw Spider-Gwen and I snagged her. We went there yesterday again, and like they were all gone already. So obviously there's a collector that lives in the area who is probably like a score and like well guess what? I got Spider-Gwen, so screw you, dude. You're gonna be short Spider-Gwen.
They got you, bitch.
I need. See if I can open this without damaging the box too much. I have like a bunch of boxes at home that I need to toss out, empty boxes.
And here's one more.
So you saw the movie. Comes with Spider-Pig.
Yeah.
I know who. Well, I kind of know who Spider-Pig is. Oh, his head moves. That's like his only bit of articulation.
I was pretty cool that he comes with.
Yeah, but I mean, if he's in the movie, I mean, obviously, I guess you don't want to just release a Spider-Pig figurine on its own.
True.
And then we have the Build-A-Figure part for Stiltman, who, if you don't know who that is, he is a Daredevil villain primarily, I think. His power is he has legs that extend, hence stilts. No, you saw the movie, obviously. I don't know a hell of a lot about Spider-Gwen. I don't know if you can fill me in, or... Obviously it's Gwen Stacy. It says on the box Gwen Stacy, but come on, it's Spider-Gwen.
Yeah. I mean, there's nothing really to like...
I mean, I know she's obviously from another... Dimension where she has the spider abilities.
Yeah.
I guess.
I mean, it's not a whole lot.
No. Okay.
Yeah. Nothing crazy.
Well, then I'll just have to do my own research.
Damn right. Watch the movie, man. Check out that cake, though. Wow.
That seems to be standard on female Marvel Legends figurines. I mean, I'll pull this one out a little bit. So, likeness compared to the movie, you'd say pretty good?
Pretty good.
Yeah? Okay.
Let me see the head. The other head.
Oh, the other head? Yep. Yes, all Marvel Legends figures come with an interchangeable head, so you can pop her head off. It's just on a ball joint. Want me to do it for you?
Very good. I got her.
Okay.
Maybe.
Just don't break it.
Nope, absolutely not. I don't trust myself.
Usually what I do is just put my thumb under the chin and
Yeah,
some of them are tight. Usually what I'll do is I'll take a X-Acto knife and kind of like chip away at to make them pop on easier. Because yeah, they all have interchangeable heads. So you have the Gwen Stacy head, and I'm not gonna force it at this point. And then you have
Gwen Stefani.
Gwen Stefani.
There we go.
And also, of course, as with all of these figurines, they do come with interchangeable hands. She came with web flipping hands. And I know the primary complaint with most Spider-Man figurines is she does not come with wall crawling hands. She just comes with she's got her clenched fist, and then she's got her web shooting hands. The Spider-Man figurine that came out last year came with the same interchangeable hands, and people are like, well, one of Spider-Man's primary abilities is he can climb walls. Why didn't he come with wall crawling hands? And they were like, well, if you have another Spider-Man figurine that has wall crawling hands, you can always, maybe use those. Which I did bring another Spider-Woman from the comics. I know her first name is Julie. I don't know what her last name is. She's got hands that are kind of wall crawly. So, and since they're white, I can pop her hand off. I can pop it on Spider-Gwen's hand, and then voila, wall crawling hand. And you were talking about, check that one.
Yeah. Thick and cake, man.
It's kind of funny you should say that because Hasbro, right? The company Hasbro. They're the ones that make the Marvel Legends figurines. The license used to belong to *ᴏɪʟɪs. I don't know if you remember that toy company. Their female figurines lacked the appeal.
Lacked cake?
Well, not so much so. I mean, they're better at sculpting women at this company than the other one. It's the standard Marvel Legends female body. You can find this body in like almost every female Marvel Legends figurine. I should bring you my robe, show you my robe I got. You'd be like, and since you're obsessing over this one. Oh, and I also did bring
it's also because they're spider,
because I like the interchangeable heads. I have the Gwen Stacy, the retro Gwen Stacy from the comics. Nice. So if you want to do that, and then you got the retro Gwen Stacy just for a little change up. So yeah.
Oh yeah. Cool.
I mean, as far as the figure goes, it's not bad. And you said it's pretty screen accurate. I mean,
I'd say so. Yeah.
Especially the head. They did a really good job at translating the head. I mean, I have seen images from the movie, so I know who she is, obviously.
Oh my God, what are you doing?
But and the Miles Morales one and the other ones I saw were pretty good too. They did still have Peter B. Parker at Meijer yesterday, and I almost was gonna get it, but I just couldn't commit because it's not my favorite Spider-Man movie that's come out. I'm sorry to say. I mean, I know they are making a sequel. I guess I'm not a huge fan of because Peter B. Parker, he's like wearing like a jacket and he's got like sweatpants and he's just kind of like a casual, like I don't give a H Spider-Man. I don't know.
Don't give it H. Don't give it hack.
Don't give a hack. So yeah.
All right.
I do like the. I saw clips of it. I watched a couple clips of it yesterday. The Spider-Man game that came out a couple years ago.
Oh my God!
And then I do like that suit. That's got the white spider on the chest. I like the eyes.
Yes. The
eyes are really good, cool on that costume. Like I would love to see those eyes in a future Spider-Man movie. Just the shape of them.
I played the crap out of that game.
Did you?
Oh yeah. Hours upon hours upon hours. Went through, beat it, went back again, beat it, went to the hardest difficulty, beat it.
Today, we are going to talk about Mr. Robin Williams. I miss him, man. When I found out that he passed away, I was like, are you freaking kidding me? But apparently he had some demons that you don't know about at the time. So he would have been 70 this year if he had stayed with us.
As far as recent passes go, him and Chester Bennington hurt the most.
Yeah, And then you read stuff about Chester, and like even he was like hiding it, like his, you know.
Well, now you go back and listen to his songs, and you're just like,
Yeah.
Jesus, half of these were like a cry for help.
Yeah, I know.
Never would have guessed.
No, you don't know.
You're like, oh man, I really relate to this, and all of a sudden it's like, holy crap, I really related. Jesus.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right.
I don't know how much you know about his early days.
Not too much about early days.
You know the show Happy Days, right?
Yes, I know about it. I know,
Happy
yeah.
Days.
I know the stupid little jingle, and I know a lot of like references from it, but I've never actually seen a full episode of Happy Days.
I don't think I have either.
Never.
The Fonz.
Yep.
He started off on there as, I believe, his character Mork from Mork and Mindy, which I've seen, you know, bits
So
here
he was
and there.
Robin in Happy Days. 'Cause I don't. Was
He
like
played Mork, I think. He like started off as Mork in Happy Days.
So is
and
he
then
like
they
the main
spun him
character?
off. He's like they spun him off into his own show. Then they kind of like tested him in that show, see how his character would do. And the executives were like, hey, this character is awesome. Let's do a show based on this character. And it's like, okay. And
Shazbot.
Shazbot. I still say it to this day at work. It's a made up obscenity. Shazbot.
Oh my god. You geek.
Obviously, he was very open about like his drug use, all his substance abuse in his early days. When John Belushi passed away, because they were like all a tight knit group, that pretty much scared him straight. Like, oh shit, you know, if John Belushi could pass away from a drug overdose, and he's like a powerhouse.
Yeah.
I should probably, you know.
Animal House, bro. That's the first thing
Clean up
that
my
comes to mind
life.
for John Belushi.
I like his stand up. I don't know if you've ever seen any of Robin's stand up.
I've seen a little bit, and I liked it. I don't think I ever actually like saw it all the way through, kind of thing. But yeah, it was good.
I like the bit where he talks about God creating a platypus. It's gonna have a duck bill and have fur and he is a gamer.
Yes, he is.
Daughter named Zelda, who apparently she dressed up as Link for Halloween a couple years ago. People were like,
right?
yeah. And people were like, well, why'd you dress as Zelda? Your name's Zelda. And she's like, just a
"Duh,
troll.
How do you think I did? Jeez.
Just to
She
annoy-
had the power, yeah. She
Right?
had the power to annoy. I would have done the same thing, man.
Just to troll the gamers.
If I got named Link, I'd dress up as Zelda. Well, okay. Hold on. You know what? Screw it. I would. I'd show up in her little thing and be like, yo, what up? You'd be like, you've seen Spaceballs, right?
Yes.
You'd be like the princess. Turn around so we can see your faces. What?
So you went
Come to the
shave.
stunt doubles,
You
idiots.
wouldn't go completely clean.
Nope, I'd have that. I'd have that cigar sitting out of my mouth like, what's up?
I'm Zelda.
Yeah, I'm Zelda. Worship me.
I really like his movies.
Love him.
I've seen a lot of them growing up.
Huge fan of him as it is. Like childhood, I guess hero you could say.
Yeah.
The only thing about him is that I can't take his serious movies serious.
I can get that.
Like, it's not that I don't like them.
Right.
They're still great, but it's kind of like Jim Carrey. Like, watching him in something serious, it's like, nobody else is laughing either, huh? Okay.
Yeah. I'll touch upon that on a few we'll talk about the whole. I have some here. I have quite a bit of his movies we're going to talk about. I did cut some. These are mainly movies that I have seen. So I have some honorable mentions of ones of his that I have not seen. I have not seen What Dreams May Come. Talking about his serious movies, I believe that is a serious movie. The synopsis, I don't know if you've seen that one, where he passes away and goes to heaven, like to try to find his wife or something like that.
That's the one that Family Guy makes a jab at. Where he's like, oh, and you get the movie What Dreams May Come. No, I don't want it.
Yeah.
But it comes for free. If that movie touches me, I'll kill you.
Yeah.
It's like,
I'm sorry to say I have not seen Good Will Hunting. It is on my bucket list. I will watch it at some point. I hear it's very good.
It's classic, yes.
I have not seen Patch Adams. I don't know if I really want to see that one. I mean, maybe.
Family Guy ruined that one for me.
Yeah, did it?
Oh, look at me. Oh, dying hurts. Shut up and listen to my material. I'm like, oh crap.
And I have not seen Death to Smoochie, and I'm sorry to say I probably really have no desire to see Death to Smoochie.
I don't even know what that is, so you got me there.
I know it has Edward Norton in it. He plays a Barney type character, like I think he's wearing like a
Barney, like the dinosaur?
yeah, like a hippopotamus suit type thing. He's like a children's entertainer who Robin Williams' character hates and is trying to get rid of in some way.
I would have done the same thing. If you start singing at me, I'll punch him in the teeth too.
Okay, this one, 9 Months. I'm not gonna say Robin Williams starring in it every time because that's just get repetitive. Starring Robin Williams, starring Robin Williams, starring Robin Williams. We know they star Robin Williams.
This one not starring Robin Williams. Why are we talking about it? We threw you a curveball. Good job.
Although I will say, if it's different, if he's co-starring, I will make that note. Because yes, he is co-starring in this one. 9 Months, starring Hugh Grant. You know who that is, obviously.
Yes.
Julianne Moore, Jeff Goldblum, Joan Cusack, and Tom Arnold. Kind of an oddball in there, that cast. It's basically Julianne Moore's character wants to have a baby. Her bio clock is and obviously Hugh Grant's character is like, you know, he doesn't want to, he doesn't like change. Robin Williams plays their doctor who's going to deliver the baby. He's doing like a Russian accent, I believe. It's I think it may have been a kind of under the radar movie, like, you know, it came out and people probably saw it in theaters, but they didn't really like it. It wasn't like, you know, and oh my god, I have to see this kind of movie. 90s romantic comedy, a romedy, if you want to call it. I saw it on like HBO cable, like back in 1995.
Back when HBO was like not.
When HBO was just HBO, it was just cable HBO. It's cute, it's funny. It definitely, it probably would resonate more if I watch it now that I'm a dad.
True.
And then we have Father's Day. It came out in 1997. It has Billy Crystal and Julia Louis-Dreyfus in it, and Bruce Greenwood.
I don't know this one. Father's Day.
Another one I saw. I saw a lot of movies on HBO and cable back when I lived at home. Basically, as this teenage boy, the mom like had relationships with both Robin's and Billy's characters when they were younger. So he runs away. She calls them. She's like, "Can you help me find our son?" She tells one like, "You're the father." Then she tells Robin, "No, you're the father." So just to like kind of like help find him.
A bit like Mamma Mia.
Kinda, yeah.
Except I had like 5 guys, and I was like, Jesus.
So yeah, they go try to find. She basically tells them they're their father just to like, you know, help find the son, and in the end it turns out Bruce Greenwood's character actually is the father.
Ooh, curveball.
Yeah, it's funny. It's nice to see Robin Williams and Billy Crystal in a movie together, because I think it's like a rarity. May have been like the only one they've ever done together, I think. So it's not bad. It's nice for a little chuckle.
Good for your yuck.
Good for a yuck. And then we have Jack, that came out in 1996. I saw in the theaters.
Never seen that one either.
Never seen that one. It's not bad. It kind of runs into that. It's a Robin Williams comedy, but it goes into that territory. It gets a little serious, maybe a little.
Well, the fact that it's J-Lo and Diane Lane, I'm like, how did I miss that? What?
Yeah, Jack is. He's 10 years old, but his body ages like twice as much as normally would. So
like the Benjamin Button, but
yeah,
flip-flops.
Yeah,
like literally in reverse. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he's 10 years old, but obviously it's Robin Williams, so it's like a 40-year-old dude's body. I mean, he has the mentality of a 10-year-old.
I know we're gonna cover this later, but it's almost like Jumanji, where it's like, you know,
Mm-hmm.
obviously not the same.
We're not gonna talk about Jumanji. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, get out of here. Yeah,
Jumanji.
sons of.
We're gonna talk about Jumanji.
We're
Welcome to the
new
jungle.
ones. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
We're gonna talk about classics.
Have you ever seen Bicentennial Man?
Long time ago, couldn't tell you anything.
Okay. Your phone's buzzing.
No, yeah. My brother, no.
Okay. Starring Sam Neill and some other people I can't think of. I didn't write down. But Sam Neill's the only one that I can think of that was famous or
That's where he's literally just the robot guy, right?
Yeah. Isaac Asimov. He was like a huge like science fiction writer, wrote I, Robot, and like a whole bunch of other stuff. He's the one that established like the 3 laws of robotics. Yeah, it's based off one of his short stories. I don't think a lot of people saw it. I don't think people knew what to make of it, because it's Robin Williams in like a robot suit for like 80% of the movie, and
I think that's why I kind of like don't remember as much. To be
Yeah.
fair, it was also like a time ago,
Mhm.
but it was also kind of like
I think that was kind of around the time when Robin Williams' movie career was kind of cooling off a little bit, because he was like hot to trot like in the early 90s, and then like towards the late 90s he's kind of like cooling off a little bit. But
also I just don't remember much from that movie because I don't think it was that good. I don't remember.
It was okay. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a guilty pleasure movie. Like, maybe if I would just happen to have it, see it on streaming, I might put it on for, you know, spits and giggles, just to have it on.
Spits and giggles.
Spits and giggles. Here we go. 1 hour photo talking about Robin Williams movies that you are like, oh, this is going to be a rip-roaring comedy. And you're like, oh my god, this is terrifyingly dark. I don't know if you've seen that one or not.
Is it like Cable Man? Or Cable Guy? My bad. Cable Guy?
Maybe even darker than Cable Guy.
Oh.
Robin Williams plays a photo lab tech who works at like a Walmart type store, or, you know, develops photos and stuff like that. He begins to stalk and obsess over a family just a little too bit. Like, every time they bring in film to get developed, and he develops their pictures, he develops like a set for himself, and he has like a whole wall of like this family on his apartment wall that he's like,
what the hell?
Yeah.
I do remember that because I remember when it came out, it was like people were talking about how he's like in it. It's not horror per se, but like people were like, oh yeah, Robin Williams is in a horror. I do remember this movie only for the sake that I didn't watch it, because I was like, I'm not gonna watch Robin Williams in a horror movie. Are you psycho? Shut up. You know? Yeah. That's and then he was the creep. So as soon as I saw the trailer, I was like, nah.
Yeah,
I'm
I
good.
mean, there's a scene where he's like dreaming and like blood starts like pouring out of his eyes. It's like, holy crap, this is some serious
Now
stuff.
I would watch it, but yeah, back then I was like, nah, no thanks. But now I'm like, yeah, all right, get it, girl, get it.
Before we get to the next one, it's popped in my head. He wanted to play the Joker in the 1989 Batman movie. It's actually
Instead
like
of Jack Nicholson.
Well, they wanted Jack Nicholson, but Jack Nicholson was kind of like, I don't know if I want to do it or not. And so they went after Robin Williams, kind of like just as bait to get Jack to do the movie, which pissed Robin Williams off to like no end. And then they did the same thing for him. Like, he wanted to play the Riddler in Batman Forever 2, but they wanted Jim Carrey, and they did the same thing to him for that too. So he's like, screw it, I'm done trying to get a role in the Batman movie. I think he would have made an interesting Joker. I think he would have made an interesting Riddler. Probably wouldn't have been as like goofy as the Riddler, as Jim Carrey's. It's just Jim Carrey being Jim Carrey.
Jim Carrey being a psycho, but we love him. He's absolutely insane, but I love him. It's like when he starts going nuts, I'm like, I relate to him so much. Yikes.
Have you seen the Robots movie?
I
05?
love the Robots movie.
Yeah.
Such an underrated classic.
It is.
It's so stupid, but like the best thing ever. Like Amanda Bynes. That's one person that's on there.
Yeah,
Amanda Bynes.
Amanda Bynes.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Pepper. Or Piper.
I actually didn't see it till a couple years ago.
It's not bad,
No,
right?
it's not bad. I mean,
It's like, it's cheeky.
yeah, and Ewan McGregor's like first movie after doing the last Star Wars movie. Like, I didn't know it was him, and like you're watching it and you're like, that sounds like Ewan McGregor doing his Ewan McGregor American accent.
Yeah. But yeah, it's great.
And the cast too.
Yeah,
Mel
the cast is
Brooks,
insane.
Halle Berry. The fact that Mel Brooks was like, really?
Yeah.
Seriously? Okay.
Yeah.
I love the movie Flubber.
Yes.
I saw that in the theaters. It is a remake of Disney's The Absent-Minded Professor from like the 60s.
Never saw that one, but
Which is
Flubber was
it's
dope.
on Disney Plus.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I suppose, yeah. Yeah, because it is a Disney. Is Flubber on there?
The Absent-Minded Professor?
Well,
is Flubber on Disney Plus?
Yeah.
I think so.
Okay.
I think it is.
I would love to get back and watch that one again. It's been a while. Because that's the one with, Who's not the villain, but the antagonist or whatever you want. Wasn't it Shooter McGavin from Happy Gilmore?
Actually, I have that on here. Happy Gilmore.
Oh, do you really?
Yeah.
What the hell is his name? Hang on, give me a minute.
You mean the character in the movie?
No, the actor.
It's right there. But you don't.
Oh, you have it on there?
Yeah.
I saw Flubber and I was like, let's go, let's go, and then crap, Christopher. No, okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't have got it right. I knew it was Chris something, but I wouldn't have got it.
He's good at playing the bad guy.
He is though. Like pieces of shit like you for breakfast. You eat pieces of shit for breakfast? No.
And it's got Will Wheaton in there too.
You know what he's a villain in? I just realized. Iron Giant.
Yes.
He's also a bad guy in that.
Yes.
So yeah,
He
he's
sticks
a good
to
villain.
his strengths.
Because I was just thinking about him like, why did the movie? Because I'm obsessed with the Iron Giant. I've seen that thing like a million times, and I could watch it about 2-3 million more. And I'm like, oh, what the hell was he in that he was also a villain in that I absolutely like, kind of hate him in it. You know? Yeah, that one. Anyway, sorry. Back on track.
It's got some other people in there too. I can't think of the other,
For Flubber?
the two goons. Yeah. I know one played Buffalo Bill in The Silence of the Lambs. I can't think.
I gotta say, never have I cared so much about a stupid gel.
Right.
Like when you think Flubber's dying, I'm like, this movie sucks. I'm sad.
Or when the robot gets smashed.
Yeah.
I thought you'd care about a robot.
Right. I'm sitting there
like
crying.
No.
Yeah, I'm sitting there bawling my eyes out. I'm like,
Weebo.
this is stupid. Yeah. I'm like, how is he gonna recover from this? What the heck? You bastards! You need to go. Yep. And years later, I'm looking back at that and going, I still get emotional about it. It still gets me.
Not a lot of people have seen Popeye, I don't think.
We talked a little bit about it before we started, and I have no idea.
Really? Well, you know who Popeye is, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, it is a musical.
And that's where I was kind of like, yep, I didn't see it because of that.
It's one of those movies we get like talking about, like, you know, a Robin Williams movie might end up being like serious or something like that. It's not like super serious, but it doesn't have as much comedic moments in it as a Robin Williams movie would have. It is kind of like like I watched it as a kid, and it's kind of boring. I think if I watched it now, it still would be boring. It was a box office failure for.
I never want to see Robin Williams like that again. That's terrifying.
Yeah, he's even got the arms, like the Popeye arms,
the
which
arms.
seems kind of wrong for live action.
It's like terrifying.
Yeah. He does a good impression. I mean, his Popeye impression is like spot on, and the casting is pretty good. I mean, Shelley Duvall is Olive Oil.
That's okay. Yeah, I almost didn't even recognize her. I was like, I saw her name there, and I saw Olive Oil there, and I'm like, that don't even look like her. Okay, well, that's an image that's gonna be burned in my brain for a while. I'll just see that.
The town they constructed is still around, and it's like a tourist destination. So if you ever want to go see where they filmed Popeye, like it's actually like, I don't know if it's on an island or like on a shoreline or whatever, but yeah, because when I was a kid, I liked, you know, the Popeye comics. I was like, oh, Popeye movie starring Robin Williams. This surely cannot be, you know, it can't be bad. And then you watch it, and it's like,
it sucks.
I mean, I like musicals more now that I'm an adult, but as a kid, a musical is just like,
Well, that's the thing, is like we were talking earlier, it's like, there's select musicals I actually kind of enjoy, and then there's Disney movies where it's like, I can't believe I'm actually still watching this. There's so much singing, but I dig this. You know, such good classics. Also, real quick as a side note for Popeye, just not even Robin Williams, but from a character perspective, Popeye is the reason why I am addicted to spinach.
Really?
100%.
Okay.
I never knew what spinach was and never wanted to try it, and then I saw Popeye eating it like a madman, and it made him like go, you know, super
right.
I was like,
so as a kid,
I like spinach, Ma. Bring me spinach.
You think you're gonna like?
Yeah. And then I started eating it, and I'm like, okay, this is some of the best shit I've ever had. Yeah, for like, I mean, even now I still pick like spinach over lettuce any day. So, yeah, and it's all because of freaking Popeye the Sailor Man.
I suppose it never works.
Why do you like spinach so much? You ever watch Popeye? No? Watch Popeye.
Your mom was probably like, okay,
yeah,
I can deal with this.
All right. And of course, you know, it got weird too, because like I think a year after I like started like just inhaling spinach like crazy.
Mm-hmm.
That's when there was a really bad E. coli.
I remember that.
Yeah, and I got caught off for a little bit, and I was like, I want this spinach. It literally became like a drug, dude. Like, I just love spinach so much. It's so good. Which is weird to say, but also it never came in a can, so that was a bullshit lie.
Really?
Yeah. I always had it in bags.
Really?
Always.
It's in cans in stores. I've seen it.
Really?
Yes.
Ah.
It's next to the.
She was holding out.
It's
What the hell?
It's in the aisle with the canned vegetables. So, yeah.
20 years later, I'm gonna have to check that out.
Don't try squeezing the can to get it out though. That doesn't work. No, it's okay.
Yikes.
I think another movie that was kind of under the radar when it came out, a movie called Toys, came out in 1992. Remember that year? Remember 1992?
Okay.
Michael Gambon.
Well,
Do you know who Michael Gambon is? He played Dumbledore 2.0 in the Harry Potter franchise.
oh, okay. I was gonna say I recognize the name. I don't know. Couldn't tell you.
A very interesting cast. Joan Cusack, LL Cool J, and I believe at the time she was Robin Wright Penn because she was married to
Sean
Penn. Robin Williams' character's father passes away, leaves the toy company to him, but he needs help running it, so he calls in. I guess you call him his uncle, Michael Gambon, who is like a military man. Then realizes, hey, kids like to play video games. We could use kids to fly military drones to attack our enemies instead of sending in our troops. So, and then obviously they try to take the company back and bring it what it is.
That's another one where saw a long time ago. Couldn't tell you.
I love that movie. It's a guilty pleasure movie for me.
Yeah.
If I see it, I'll probably put it on 90% of the time.
Really?
Just because I like it so much.
Okay.
Robin Williams' character is.
Can't remember.
He's dressed quite interestingly too. he went blonde for that movie too. Got like a blonde tint to his hair.
There you go. Keep going. I gotta get some water real quick. Oh, my throat is just like. Hi, everybody. Sorry, I couldn't wait one more second. I'm like, my. Why are you questioning me? Shut up. Okay. Sorry, just needed some water, y'all.
It's a free for all, dude.
Jesus, let me put it right in my phone. Alright.
Okay.
So next up.
Dead Poets Society. That's the Robin Williams movie that is...
My captain.
Mm-hmm. I actually didn't see it until a few years ago. It has Ethan Hawke and Kurtwood Smith, who most people probably know as Red Foreman from That 70s Show.
Yeah. And what's funny about him is I would never know his name, and even knowing now where it's like, oh, Kurtwood Smith, okay. Still gave you Red Foreman to
I'm
me.
a bad guy from RoboCop.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, it's it takes a kind of depressing turn at a certain point. I just have to say that, like, if you have a kid, please encourage them to do what they want to do. Don't be like, no, you're not doing that. I don't care about your passions. I don't care what you want to do in life. You're doing this.
Don't put your failures on them.
Right.
Like, oh, well, I never got to be a football star, so you're going to be a football star. Man, I've always said too, like, being back, it's like, I hope if future son goes for football, baseball, whatever, and hopefully the daughter, well, whatever. Hopefully she'll like art, hopefully she'll like volleyball, soccer, I don't care.
Yeah, I mean,
Go for it.
do what you want to do.
Exactly.
And then we have Good Morning Vietnam from 1987. Yeah, I saw, like, you go to Blockbuster Video. It's like, oh, a Robin Williams movie. I like Robin Williams movies. I'll rent this. And then you take it home. It's like, no, this is no. I mean, yeah, it's got funny moments, obviously.
Yeah, for some of his,
And then it's like, this is, I can't handle this. I don't even think I have to this day finished watching it all the way through. It's because I just can't get through it. It's so depressing, and I mean, obviously it's about the Vietnam War, but
it's kind of like Full Metal Jacket, where it's like, well, maybe not the same, but like Full Metal Jacket's one of those that like, I sit there and laugh my ass off and I'm like, what's that?
That's a chubby cat.
It's a chubby cat. Oh, there's a baby.
Holy smokes.
Look at that.
This one before.
Yeah, this is Mouse.
Okay.
Ironically, hey, don't put your... Okay, bye.
Thud.
Oh, yeah. Hi, Mosey. Come here, baby. Yeah, she's my little cuddle buddy.
Okay.
She falls asleep on me every night. As soon as I open my door upstairs, because I keep it closed every night, or throughout the day.
Right.
As soon as I open it, if she's down here, if she's on our bed, she'll come waddling right up into my room.
Cool.
So she's my little bud. Anyway, but yeah, it's kind of like Full Metal Jacket, where you're watching and it's like, you know, okay, nothing happening, nothing happening. Oh, okay, this drill sergeant is like insanely like, holy hell. By the way, rest in peace, Missy Brown. Come here. Where are you? Relax. And then also, you know, you're going through and the insults are flying and shit's just going bad, and you're like, this is a funny movie, holy hell. And then all of a sudden the reality of war kicks in, it's like, the hell?
Yeah.
You put that gun back, you idiot. Give me that gun, you stupid son of a bitch. And then bang. But yeah, Good Morning Vietnam. Another one that I couldn't tell you much.
And then, yeah, it does have a young Forrest Whitaker in it.
Yeah.
It must be one of his first movies. Alright. We're past the depressing stuff. Now we'll get into the nitty gritty of it all. Some of his more well-known stuff. Yeah, we are talking about Jumanji. I did not know it was based off a children's book until like at least 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Like just a short little children's like short story.
You know what's actually funny about that? My one of my buddies is like obsessed with Jumanji, like you know, he loves it or whatever. So for one of his birthdays, we actually got him like a Jumanji game.
Like the game?
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay, we're never gonna play this, right? No. But yeah, when I saw that, I was like, God, I almost want it for myself just to put as like a collector.
Right.
But you know, I mean, as much as I love Jumanji, I don't know if I care enough to have.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? It's like, it's cool. Don't get me wrong, but never gonna use it.
Have you seen the sequels?
I've seen the first one, but not the second one. I think this one.
First one's not bad. Obviously, they pay
Jack
homage to. They mentioned like Alan Parrish in that one scene.
Yep.
Which I thought was cool.
Yeah, because they're like, oh yeah, you mean like the kid that got stuck in the board game? Yeah. And I also like it from the video game perspective. Of like, you know, the board game, it's like, okay, cool. And then yeah, it's a little more.
The sequel, the second one wasn't too bad. They kind of pay homage to the original in that one too. The aunt, Phoebe Newworth, from the first movie, she's in the third one. Like it's the same character. Because obviously in the first movie everything gets erased and everything goes back to normal. So obviously the aunt doesn't know anything about what happened. But yeah, her character is at the end of the second sequel. And there's a third one planned too, I guess. It's going to be coming out soon. Because all the stuff from Jumanji is now back in the real world. That's how they ended the...
I will say in the first one too, I didn't, like... I've never had a hatred for them. Like, I don't care. Like, it's fine. And actually, I kind of enjoy their music. But I kind of realized, I'm like, okay. Which one was it? Not Nick. The Jonas brother.
I can't think of his name.
I can't think of it either. All I think of is
Joe? Nick. No, not Joe.
No. Maybe it was Nick then.
I think it might have been Nick Jonas.
Whatever. Either way. Yeah, I was like, him showing up, I was like, oh, I know that guy. That's cool.
Yeah.
You know, like, hell yeah. All right. And he did a good job. But yeah,
sometimes...
Jack Black being the girl was by far the best.
Sometimes musicians don't translate well to actors.
True.
He did pretty good. It's like Harry Styles in I think it's Harry Styles in Dunkirk. Chris Nolan Dunkirk movie.
Is that's One Direction? Excuse me, One Direction.
Yeah.
Yeah. I never saw Dunkirk.
Not that bad, but I heard it's pretty good.
Fair enough.
One of my personal favorites, Hook, 1991. Dustin Hoffman, Julia Roberts, Glenn Close.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I did.
Yeah. What the hell's wrong?
I'll go back to that one.
You're damn right. We're going back to that one. We can do
Scratch Erase.
Oh, okay. All right. Yes.
I'm so sorry. I forgot Mrs. Doubtfire.
How dare you?
With Sally Field and Pierce Brosnan. I like that movie.
I love that movie so much, dude. Hello.
I have some friends that can't watch it because they find the concept of a fully grown straight man in drag disturbing for some reason. It's like, it's just for comedic effect.
Well, I was gonna say, also agree, but the story behind it to get to his kids,
yeah,
you gotta respect that.
Yeah,
right? Like, I agree, but at the same time, yeah, it's like it was all just to get his kids, man, because his ex-wife was being a bitch. Sally Field was being a jerk.
Well,
wasn't she? Or was
in
that wrong?
her defense, I mean, he wasn't exactly misresponsible.
True. But didn't she like threaten him at one point too? Like, and I'm taking the kids with me, and you'll never see them, or something like that. Or am I making that up? I thought there was.
You're making that up.
I might be making that up. I'm sorry, Sally Field. You're great. Still love you. Just had to beat the shit out of that Pierce Brosnan son of a bitch.
Oh,
just kidding.
Robin improvs a lot in that movie, I think.
Yeah.
I'd like
well,
to
that
see
whole scene where he's doing the thing with the raptor, and he's like, "I'm the raptor. I rap. Yeah. Yeah.
Or when he's got his like interview at like the for the social worker.
Yes.
Just like totally.
Yep. Just totally went for his own thing. Yeah.
I like to see. I'm sure she lost it a couple times because they're filming from his POV and you just see the back of her head. I'm sure she's like, you know, trying really hard not to laugh.
Is there anything else you need to know? I mean, you're sharing the same room with that guy. How could you not?
Right.
There's Oh, you know, so there's two movies I want to cover real quick before I forget, because they involve him and they're not on here. One is Fern Gully.
Oh yeah, Fern Gully.
Which, you know, basically Aladdin is animated and whatever. You just did a voice for Batty. And then the other one, I'll be interested to see if you even know this one, but Birdcage. He's with Nathan Lane, and I forget what it is, but I saw it a while back, and I actually loved it. Like, but it's
I don't think I've actually ever seen
him and Nathan Lane are like lovers and whatever. I think they're just trying to make it like a movie business or something. Good movie, but also another like comedy, serious, but comedy serious. Yeah, it's like okay. But yeah, anyway, I just thought of Birdcage, so I had to bring that up.
There were plans for a sequel, but obviously after he passed away.
Is that what put the halt on it?
I think so. Okay. I think too they couldn't find like a good enough script. And no, I think it did revolve around his daughter going to college, and he would like become Mrs. Doubtfire again to like keep an eye on her. Which when you think about it, it's kind of like, okay, it's like a by the numbers plot. I think they recycled that plot for like the second Big Mama's House.
Yeah, I was gonna say I probably would. That's a sequel I probably would have skipped out on. Maybe saw For the Love of Robin Williams, but not for the script. All right.
Now we'll get back to Hook.
Back to Hook. This is our first time. How dare you? What are you talking about?
Right. I'll make it seem like it's our first time.
I need to leave.
Spielberg toyed with the idea of making it a musical, but then changed his mind, but he regrets not making it a musical. That would have been interesting. There is still that one scene where his daughter is like singing. I think it's like a leftover from it being a musical, because John Williams wrote like 6 or 7 songs for the film. That was the only one that ended up staying in the movie. I like the concept of Peter Pan, like he would grow up. That's a very interesting concept for me.
Yeah.
And Dustin Hoffman's son.
They had it in '91. That was
Yeah.
That was a
You
year.
were born like in 92, 91?
91.
Were ya?
So depending on the month, pretty close.
Dustin Hoffman's son plays the teenage Peter Pan, and Gwyneth Paltrow plays young Wendy, like her first role ever. So if you go back and watch it, be like, hey, that's Gwyneth Paltrow.
I like Gwyneth Paltrow.
She's okay in small doses.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, she's okay. I mean, I like her as Pepper Potts, but
Yeah, Pepper Potts. Cool.
she doesn't even know like some of the scenes like in the Marvel movies. She doesn't even like when she was in the rescue armor, and there's a scene where she saves Peter Parker because Peter's trying to get away with the gauntlet.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, "I got you, kid." And like apparently she didn't even realize that she was like, because her stuff was filmed separately.
Mm-hmm.
So like in later interviews, she's like, "I didn't even know I was like talking to Peter Parker. I just filmed my lines and like laughed."
I mean, at least she's honest, right?
Right.
She was also in Shallow Hell.
Yeah, she hates that movie. She hates being in that movie. That's one of her movie regrets, apparently.
Well, probably because she's such a fucking toothpick, and you know, in that movie, it's like they got her, you know, blown up.
Put her in the suit.
Yeah. Blew her right up.
Glenn Close also makes a cameo. She's the pirate they put in the boot box.
I don't remember that part.
No?
No. Keep going.
It okay, you've seen The Wizard of Oz, right? Even though you don't like musicals.
Yeah.
Okay. When The Wizard of Oz came out, it was not a hit. It obviously gained status over time.
Why the hell did Glenn Close Gutless come up? What the? I hope that's a movie.
They filmed Hook on the same set as The Wizard of Oz was filmed, and they thought that Hook would be like a huge.
She played a guy?
Yeah.
Holy hell. I would not have known.
Yeah. Yeah, Hook was not like a super massive hit when it first came out.
Oh, Hook wasn't, I'm sorry.
Yeah. But it's gained like a following over time. You know, I'd say it's like another classic, definitely.
Oh, that's right. I forgot she was in Guardians.
Yes.
Okay, yet again, I can't unsee this now. What? Oh, that's right. She was also. I don't know what movie this is, but she also did this thing where. Where she did that, whatever movie that is.
I forget what movie that was.
Yeah, she basically became a dude.
Mm-hmm.
You know, she's not. Jesus. She pulls off a guy pretty well, with all due respect to her.
Mm-hmm.
But that's impressive.
Power makeup.
Yeah, you ain't kidding. She pulled it off nicely.
The kid that plays Peter's son, Jack, he's like only been he like retired shortly after. I don't know if he was in a few other things, but then he pops up again in Can't Hardly Wait. He's like the nerdy kid.
All right.
Yeah, I like that movie. Oh, and Maggie Smith. I forgot about Maggie Smith as Wendy. Obviously, you know, Harry Potter, McGonagall, and all that. They made her like.
Oh yes, yeah.
I was like, she was like only like 40 at the time, but they made her look. She was in her 80s, like the age she is now.
Right.
And apparently, Julia Roberts was referred to as Tinkerhell.
Tinkerhell.
Tinkerhell, because I guess she was like massively. Well, she was dating. Can't think of his name. From 24. Jack Bauer actor. Kiefer Sutherland.
There you go.
She was dating Kiefer Sutherland at the time, and he was just filmed Lost Boys. Another Peter Pan reference. But apparently, like, he cheated on her with like the actress from that movie. So she caught wind of that, and of course, all sorts of drama. So, and speaking of, you've seen Lost Boys, right? The movie Lost Boys. No. No, really?
I don't think so, at least.
The movie about vampires.
Oh yeah, jeez. I was thinking. Yeah, yeah. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I was still like in Peter Pan land, so I was stuck in Neverland. So I'm thinking Lost Boys. I'm like,
well, funny you should mention that.
Movie? What?
Funny you should mention that because that movie Lost Boys about vampires was originally supposed to be a Peter Pan movie, where it would be revealed that Peter Pan was a vampire and the Lost Boys were children that he turned, hence why they never aged.
Well, why the hell wasn't that a thing? I would have loved that twist.
So yeah.
I'm like Shyamalan's favorite, like, or like, you know, he's not my favorite guy, but I do appreciate a good twist every now and then. Especially with that, you know, like, hey, BT Dubs, 2 hours later, I'm Peter Pan and I'm a vampire. What the hell?
Right?
Let's go.
Alright. And the last one, Aladdin. Very well loved.
Classic.
Definitely a classic.
I mean, that is probably my favorite Robin Williams. Not portrayal, but like role, I guess. Because he's goofy as hell, and I don't know. It's just that and Batty, which is subsequently kind of a. I feel like it's kind of a dick move by me because my 2 favorite moments from him involve his voice, not his face, kind of thing. His live action's amazing. Don't get me wrong, but yeah, I don't know. Those are the 2 that stick with me. I always hear either his genie voice or I hear Batty.
There's like hours of recordings that they didn't use.
Yeah.
And there's probably so much improv, I think, that they just didn't put in because Aladdin came out in 1992, the same year as his movie Toys came out. He agreed to do the voice of the genie, given that they like only used the image of the genie like in the third of like the movie posters. Well, of course, yeah, the movie poster, like, the genie takes up like a whole third of the poster, so that irritated him. And then he only agreed to do the voice of the genie. Granted, they don't use his voice and like use it in like toys, like the voice in toys.
Oh, sure.
And Disney like screwed him over, like gave him all his wishes on that. He did. So obviously that relationship was, soured. He did come back to do like a sequel, I think, like the third direct-to-video Aladdin movie. But yeah, him and Disney are kind of like.
What was that? King of Thieves.
King of Thieves. Yeah. And I think he even had it in his will that Disney couldn't use his unused stuff in anything. So he was smart on that,
Yeah, well, but did they honor it? That's the thing. Because apparently nobody gives a shit about him.
No. Oh, and the other reason he didn't want the genie heavily featured in any promotional materials because he wanted his movie Toys to,
get out there,
be a hit and not get overshadowed, which unfortunately it got overshadowed by Aladdin. So
could you imagine going for like 2 movies in the same year and then being like, hey, could we, I want them both to be successful because this is, for me, I'm not being selfish, but at the same time I'm allowed to because I did 2 movies, and then being like, yeah, sure, man, gotcha.
Right.
Well, crap. I feel for him, dude. Jesus.
Have you seen the live action version with Will Smith?
I have not, and I've been struggling on the live action stuff because even like Cruella, I still haven't seen. I technically still have never even finished Maleficent. I got like halfway. Now I've tried it twice, but both times, like I think the first time we were watching it because it was on TV and we had to leave, so whatever. I missed out on that. I'm like, I'll watch the rest of this later. And then I forgot what happened during the second time, but I just was not physically able to, finish it. I had to either leave or go do something. It wasn't like I just got bored and turned it off, but I've never seen that one all the way through. I obviously haven't seen the second one. I haven't seen Lion King, Pete's Dragon, so that's even further behind. God, I haven't seen it like.
I think people have.
I've seen Mulan. Sorry, what's up?
I think Pete's Dragon has largely been forgotten for the most part. I think that was one of Disney's first attempts at redoing. It's okay. I mean, we have it. I think. We do. We may have
I like the original. So
yeah, the original is good.
I don't know why I wouldn't like the live. It's just one of those things I never got to.
We have. But Trish has seen the Lion King one. I have not watched yet. I don't think I can't bring myself to watch it.
Right. I know. Me and Beck were in the car yesterday on our way to our friend's house, and like a Lion King song came up, and she's like, "Oh, I should really watch this again." I'm like, let's not and say we did. Like, it's such a classic and so good, but like, I just can't handle the Mufasa part, man.
We saw the first Maleficent. We haven't seen the sequel. The first one's not bad. I don't like that they make Maleficent, who's obviously clearly like a super hardcore villain in the cartoon, and they kind of like redeem her by making her like sympathetic.
Yeah.
It's like you're bad. Her a purpose. You're a bad guy. You cursed a newborn baby to die because you're jealous because you didn't get an invite to the birthday party.
Yeah.
So. And then
Yeah.
I have not seen Cruella. I might.
I definitely want to. That looks good.
That one makes her. That redeems
That's
her
one
too.
with Emma Stone.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
That's another one, I guess, where they make
Love
her the villain. They redeem her by making her, sympathetic.
Yeah.
Like, you have
that's
a
the
character
problem
who
with it.
wants to skin dogs for a coat, but you make her, likable.
Yeah, like, what the hell? I will say Mulan was...
We have not seen the Mulan one yet.
It was good, but, like, I'm such a fan of the original that I was, like... I was fanboying, but at the same time, there was just stuff that was happening, and I'm like, what the hell is this? Like, at the end, so it's no shock that in my family, like, my two favorite Disney movies of all time are Mulan and Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Okay.
So when Mulan came out with a live action, boom, I was on it like day one pretty much. And then I watched it with my family actually, like, my parents and my sister and stuff, we all got together to watch it just because they knew that I'm like a fanboy for it. So we're watching and we got to the end and they're like, so what'd you think? I'm like, still trying to process. There's a lot of things that weren't... You wouldn't even know it's freaking Mulan. Like, there's certain things and certain songs that would come in. First of all, there's no singing, which I'm okay with as not a musical fan. However, it is also, like, the classic thing. So you're like...
Like, how could you not include...
Right. How could it not be there?
Make a man out of you.
Right. So, and then, like, the three characters, like Yao, Chin-Po, and, oh my god, I'm forgetting what the last guy's name is. Ling. It's like... I don't know, their characters were different, just like the whole... And then there's no Shan Yu. There's no Shan Yu. I was like, huh? And, on top of that, there's not even, Shang. There's no Shang. Yeah, so there's no Shang, there's no Shan Yu. There's like these two new bad guys. And, and the Emperor actually, like, okay. The Emperor actually did more than I thought he ever would because in the cartoon he's an old, fragile guy. In the live action, he actually like fights the main bad guy. I'm like, what? Okay, and it's also Jet Li, so let's go. Also, I'm pretty sure there was parts in there where he's talking, and I don't know if it's just because like we were streaming it, so I don't know if it was just I gotta go back and watch it again, but I don't know if it's because like the voice and the mouth just didn't match up, or if he literally was being dubbed, because there's times where he's like, no, I will go fight him.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm like, what the hell? But, yeah. So that's my quick little rendition of Mulan live action.
Yeah, live action Aladdin's not bad. I mean...
Yeah. I heard people liked Will Smith's
It's not bad. I mean, there's some stuff, like with the Mulan movie, there's some stuff that they
just cut
out. Like, and they like change plot points and this and that, and like there's... You said you haven't seen the live action Aladdin?
No.
Okay, well, I don't care. I don't know if you care if I
go for it.
Like
I basically just told you
in the
Mulan,
cartoon.
so.
In the cartoon, Jafar, thank you. Turns into a giant snake at the end, and does that. That doesn't happen in live action movie. He turns Iago into a giant bird, and they chase Aladdin through the city on the magic carpet, and So
you got the stupid magic carpet, but
they did like kind of like fix a few, like, I guess we call them plot holes from, like, in the cartoon. Jafar says, "I wish to be an all-powerful genie." It's like, well, why the hell would you do that? Obviously, if you become a genie, you'll be trapped in a lamp for the rest of your life, In the movie, he says, "I wish to be the most powerful being on the whole planet," and then Genie's like okay, and then gets turned into a genie. So
he screws himself.
Yeah, he screws himself without realizing he screws.
Jafar's a good villain, to be honest.
He's a good villain in the cartoon, and the movie is kind of like.
But at least they had Jafar in there at least. Again, there was no Shan Yu. What the hell? But yeah, I don't know. Which one was it? Was it the second one that Genie actually gets turned against Aladdin? You know, where he gets like mind controlled.
I don't remember.
Yeah, because there's a part where he's got like shackles on and he's like, "I'm sorry, Aladdin, I have to do this," and he like swats him away or something like that. Yeah, I don't want to say that's the second one because
I tend to stay away from, like, I didn't see a lot of the direct-to-video sequels.
What?
Yeah, sorry.
But you know King of Thieves,
I know it. I watched it.
Touche. All right. Son of a.
All right. Well, that is that.